All right, let's go ahead and start in your seated position, whichever one you like. Start to feel the rise and fall of the breath, the relationship between the active and passive nostrils. Go ahead and begin to see which nostril is more dominant this morning. We'll start with that nostril, 3 forceful inhales and exhales through the dominant. So bring your hand up to the face, go ahead and close the less dominant nostril, and then inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then switch, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Take the hand down, blow the nose if you need to, very lightly. Just enjoy maybe a little bit more opening, or at least a little bit more awareness of the inflow, especially coming down into the heart and lungs. This prana can feed a lovely intention stated of universal love. It feeds all positive and negative action in this world. It's not prana that chooses, but it is us, our minds, colored by our kleshas, that chooses how to share our prana. Namaskar to prana itself, palms folded, fingertips underneath the nostril, head slightly bowed. May I use this life force for the benefit of myself and others. Exhale, hands in front of the heart, Ayun mantra. Om Ayurdehi. Om Pranam Dehi. Om Apanam Dehi. Om Vyanam Dehi. Om Chakshur Dehi. Om Shrotram Dehi. Om Mano Dehi. Om Vacham Dehi. Om Atmanam Dehi. Om Pratishtham Dehi. Om Mam Dehi. Om Mai Dehi. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Hari Om Tat Sat. Bring the arms back into the Nyasa position of Atmanam Dehi, crossing the arms at the chest. May my soul be nourished. This inner essence that has traveled with me since the beginning of time and my constant companion till the end of my life. Letting your sankalpa, your deep driving desire, draw the prana all the way to the innermost self. Good. As you inhale, take the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up. Very good. Right, go ahead and lift the face, arc the upper back slightly. Take the arm bones back in space. Feel the lungs supported by the shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, slightly turn the chin down, bring the spine into a more neutral position for Kapalbhati. Start to feel the lift of the waist, the broadening of the heart and lungs. Drop the hips down into the ground or onto your heels. And today we'll do anywhere from 36 to 54 rounds Kapalbhati. If you're not practicing Kapalbhati, then staying here with Ujjayi. Inhale. Contract the pelvic floor, bring all of the mind towards the soft palate, mid-brain region, and begin. Forceful exhale, passive inhale. Take your time, please. Whenever you are finished, your hands will come down. And just for a moment, whenever you're done, enjoying that influx of a little bit more clarity, right? Kapalbhati is, for me at least, always this clearing out the cobwebs or tamas, the heaviness, dullness in my mind, especially in the early morning hours. Don't always wake up super fresh. So Kapalbhati helps to invoke that freshness, clarity, clear vision. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Today we will stay more close to the ground and we'll start in a little bit of a restorative position. Yay! Right, Supta Baddha Konasana. So go ahead and lie down, soles of the feet together. You can have little blankets or something to support the outer thighs if you need them. And then you'll take one hand on your abdomen, one hand on your heart. And we'll practice a little bit of our diaphragmatic breathing here. Good. Right, we'll be here for about 2 minutes or so. About 2 minutes or so. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. And bringing the action of the rise and fall now into the entire torso, Dirgha Pranayama. So as you inhale, feel the lower abdomen, feel the ribs expand, feel the chest and lungs expand all the way up through the tops of the lungs, tops of the shoulders. And as you exhale, letting everything soften back down. Inhaling from belly to upper chest and exhaling from upper chest down to belly can be felt as one movement altogether, or a wave like filling and emptying from bottom to top, top to bottom. Just be within yourself. This boundary around you as you practice. Learning how to contain your prana and share it as needed. Dirgha Pranayama especially is so wonderful because it targets the visceral organs along the spine, which is most of them. In the tantric tradition, the prana has 3 kind of waves, right? 3 waves, 3 essences. Waves of beauty, waves of bliss, and waves of desire. And so letting the essence of the beauty, the bliss, and desire for harmony, balance, love, permeate your inner body. Seeing from the back of the head, the divine eye, and experiencing as the witness. Slow down your breath even more now. What is the slowest, most comfortable breath I can take in this moment? As you slow down the breath, even time begins to slow down, stop, and you enter the realm of eternity. Breath becomes more and more subtle. Feel the heartbeat respond, speaking to you. Good. With your next exhalation, just relax your breath. Let it move as it naturally wants to. Slide the hands down by the outer thighs and gently as you inhale, bring the thighs together. Walk your feet slightly closer towards your sitting bones. Take the palms face down by the sides of the body. Right, light pressure of the back of the head against the ground so that the neck spine lengthens, that brainstem region. Setubandhasana. As you inhale, just begin to lift from the sacrum, but with that same ease that you perhaps just felt. No forcing or effort to go to maximum. Exhale, come down. Buoyancy of breath, rising and falling, lifting the body. Just 3 times. Inhale. Watch how your back body presses up towards the sky. Watch how the heart moves towards the head. And exhale, lower down. Good. On your 3rd inhalation or so, you'll stay. Staying for 3 breaths. You can roll the upper arm bones underneath the body and interlace the fingers if you like, whatever feels good. And then create a little bit more of that relationship, that communication between your chin and your chest. Good. Focusing on the notch of the throat and the pooling of the prana here. Next exhalation, if the hands are interlaced, release them and slowly roll down. Watch that lower back arch lift naturally up off of the ground. And for a moment, just trace the curves of the spine as you breathe in and out. Lengthen your legs long. Inhale, lift the left arm up overhead behind you, and then go ahead and roll over onto your belly, please. Right into Sphinx position or Makarasana, another variation of Makarasana. Legs a comfortable distance apart. Head is neutral, or you can even drop the head down. Forearms on the ground, fingers together, right? It's a very active relationship with the earth as you pull forward slightly, stretching the skin of the abdomen. Just notice for a moment, right? It's really the solar plexus region, right? Whenever I think about a chakra, I always think about, well, what is the chakra that supports the one that I focus on? So if I'm focusing on the heart, then my action, my intention is focusing its foundation, strengthening its foundation, which is the solar plexus. Just feel what is happening in the abdomen, in the sacral region, in the lower back. Good. And then as you exhale, go ahead to lay on your abdomen in any hand position, head position, but feeling the pressure of the belly against the ground. Mind into the low back and the rise and fall of the kidney band area. Very good. Next inhalation, slide the hands by the sides of the chest, fingers together, shoulder blades drawing down towards the tailbone. If you can, bring the legs close enough together that you can feel the engagement of the inner thighs in towards the pelvic floor. And then inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra position or serpent. Exhale, lower down. Moving from the front of the pubic bone all the way up the abdomen, inhale. Feel the lift from the heart, throat, crown of the head. And exhale, lower down. Good. Now we'll inhale all the way up to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Keep the knees down. Inhale, a little bit more. Strengthen the arms. Push yourself up. Straighten the elbows. The Urdhva Mukha, the upward face, is not your literal face. It's the face of the heart. So creating that upward lift of the heart. And then draw the belly in towards the back spine. Exhale. Bring your hips back towards your heels. Tuck your toes. Lengthen out the side body. Stay here one breath. Keep the head lifted. Good. And then inhale. Come forward all the way back to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Upward face of the heart. And exhale, lower yourself back down onto your abdomen, hands by the sides of the chest. Once the head comes down, take the arms by the sides of the body and rest head to one side. Good. Next exhalation, bend your knees towards your buttocks, or bend your heels. Bend your knees and bring your heels towards your buttocks. That's the correct way to say that. Good. Inhale, lift the arms, reach for the back of your mat. And if by reaching for the back of the mat you can hold on to your ankles, then hold on. Otherwise, just reaching in the general backwards direction so that as you inhale, your chest can begin to lift. Staying here in the back bend. If you're holding on to the legs, with your next inhalation, bring the energy of the inner thighs together, feeling the strong base of your pelvis against the ground. Maybe the thigh bones begin to lift in Dhanurasana. Good. Press the ankles into the hands, away from you. One breath. Exhale, release, hands by the sides of the chest. Tuck your toes, be very careful. Inhale, lift up. exhale, stretch the spine by bringing the hips towards the heels in Balasana. Reach, 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 reach. Keep the head slightly elevated here. Good, for about 1 to 2 breaths, and then after 1 to 2 breaths, then drop the head down. Very nice, everyone. Next inhalation, rise back up. Right, you can cross your ankles and roll over the feet to come to sit, or just drop the hips to one side and come to sit on your bottom, but with the feet out in front of you, please. Right, we're not sitting yet, so we still going to do one more asana. Right, feet out in front of you, and go ahead and drop both knees over to the right side. Your right foot to the left inner thigh. If it's easy enough for your knee and your hip, you can point your left toes back behind you, your heel to the outside of the buttock, towards Bharadvajasana. If it's also comfortable for you, you can come into Ardha Padmasana, taking the right foot on the left thigh. But again, anything that causes sharp pain in the knee is definitely not advised. Now inhale, take the arms up. Interlace the fingers, lift from the waist, right? And then exhale, turn towards the right. And slowly lower the hands. Your left hand can be on the right knee, right arm behind you. I like to take my right upper arm a little bit more inwards towards my mid-spine and use it as a little bit of a prop to broaden and lift my lungs. Head is neutral, and just dim the eyes half closed as you inhale, gazing up and all the way over towards the left shoulder. So eventually your gaze is looking down beyond the left shoulder while the rest of the spine is turning towards the right. There's a slight elevation in your left sitting bone, that's fine. Let the breath become more subtle. Feel how the internal organs turn. Maybe the eyes want to close. Good. Next inhalation, rise up with the arms, come back to center. Next exhalation, take the hands down so that you can support yourself as you lift the feet onto the ground, lift the knees, and then exhale, knees over to the left side. Same thing here. You can bring the right toes to point towards the back, left foot to the inner right thigh or on top of the right thigh. And then it is, these asymmetrical poses are meant to be that, asymmetrical. So you might not feel this sense of physical balance, but it really starts to invoke a sense of mental balance as you exhale and twist to the left and then relax the hands down. A lot of the asanas are really about exploring when body is not balanced or uneven, and how to recalibrate with the breath. Now inhale, lift the face, turn it all the way, right? It's like for me, it's like a rising sun. It reaches the peak and then it sets down over that right shoulder. Big, deep breaths into the lower lobes of the lungs. Good. Next inhalation, bring the head back to neutral, arms reach up, unwind the spine. Reach, 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 reach. And then next exhalation, take the hands down, step the feet back onto the mat, and then cross your legs or whatever seated position you like for your pranayama. Today I thought we could do, since all of you have been a part of the last module, we can continue with a little bit of exploration in pranadharana. The pranayama meditation practice combination for pranic healing. So find a comfortable pose. If you remember, pranadharana requires some bhastrika, forceful exhalation, forceful inhalation. If by any chance you're on your cycle or have any of the contraindications, you'll focus more at ujjayi, at the soft palate, and the internal concentration, right, of the prana there. So just start by closing your eyes when you're ready and bringing your mind to the soft palate in the back of the mouth. And start to breathe in ujjayi. As you breathe in ujjayi, of course, there is the focus on the throat, but there's also a slight pressurization at the soft palate region. Right, the pressure of the inhale causes a upward lift and expansion of the soft palate, which energetically brings prana through that talu chakra at the soft palate up into the midbrain region. So when we practice bhastrika, usually it's practiced with focus on the heart and chest region. But today we'll practice first round focusing on the chest, and then the next two rounds focusing at the soft palate, midbrain region, this connecting link between the two. Or if you're just doing ujjayi, feeling your focus in that way. If you need a little bit of a reminder, unlike Kapalbhati, your bhastrika is pumping the stomach in and out. As you exhale, the navel draws in. As you inhale, the navel pushes out. Lengthen the back of the neck. One minute each round. First round focusing on the refreshment of the heart and lungs with bhastrika. Good. Now inhale. Lightly hold the breath, contract the pelvic floor, mind to the center of the heart, and begin with a forceful exhalation, forceful inhalation, 1 minute or so in bhastrika. Strongly exhale all the breath out. Even if you're doing ujjayi, inhale all the breath in. Focus at the soft palate. Lightly hold the breath for as long as you can without any struggle. making sure that you're not gasping for air. Breathe out whenever you need to. Right, the act of holding the breath concentrates the prana here in the center of the head, and then exhale if you haven't already. Relax your breathing, 3 breaths, diaphragmatic breathing. And then again, inhale up the spine. This time concentrating at the soft palate and the striking of the Bhastrika breath here. Good. Contract the pelvic floor and begin. Forceful exhale, forceful inhale about 1 minute, or staying with Ujjayi. Forceful exhale, all the breath out. Inhale all the way up the spine. Light hold, concentrating in the center of the head, the spanda, the vibration, the pulsation, and concentration of prana here. Feel, sense, or see. Again, breathe out whenever you need to. Please don't hold for longer than your capacity. Good. Eventually, as you practice, you can increase the breath hold and the concentration here. Now exhale, relax. Good. Just start to feel now into the center of the head, the concentration of prana here. We'll just do 2 rounds for today. And perhaps over this week, practicing pranadharana, increasing our capacity. Feel, sense, or see the experience of prana in the midbrain, Ajna chakra. Dharana is the act of concentrating it, and now I leave it up to you to bring that prana with your awareness, guiding it to any place in the body, emotional, physical, mental, that may need it. Guide it to that place, whether it be heart or belly or right hip or whichever area of the body could use that concentrated force of healing potential. And stay there with your awareness. Move slowly. Pranadharana and this act of healing requires skill and patience. And of course, practice. It's the same concentrated prana if you are a yoga teacher or a healer that helps in the process of bringing about the healing response in others. Now slowly let go of your concentration and let that prana now just diffuse through the entire body, all the nadis. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Exhale, surrender your body to Mother Earth. Give back what you have received. Idam na mama, not mine, not mine, not mine. Inhale to rise, rubbing the palms. And bringing the hands to the eyes first. Maybe little light circular rounds at the eyeballs, eye sockets. And then throughout the rest of the face, if you like, until the eyes come to open. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, or rest of your evening.